Scores of family members of missing Lonmin Platinum mine workers are gathering outside the Andrew Safy Hospital. Family members are still waiting to identify the bodies of their loved ones and those who were injured during clashes between mine workers and police on Thursday. 34 workers were killed and 78 others injured. Itumeleng Kajane reports.
There is a mine security van parked outside the hospital where people check the list, which has names of workers who were either arrested or injured. Some leave the hospital with joy on their faces as they found out that their loved ones are still alive, either arrested or injured. Among them are those that are still not sure where their family members are, as they haven't been able to identify those who were killed. The mine workers are still adamant they will not go back to work until they get a salary hike of 12,500 rand a month. The hospital management has refused to speak to the media. Heavily armed mine security forces are watching the case. Amit Kajane, reporting for SABC News in Rustenburg.
Another councillor has been killed in KwaZulu-Natal. An ANC councillor in his 30s from Ward 8 in the Umjezi local municipality in the Midlands was gunned down last night at his home. It's alleged that an unknown group of people arrived at the councillor's home requiring assistance. Municipal manager Nonhlanhla Njoko says one of the men pulled out a gun and shot him. Njoko says the councillor's wife and daughter were also injured and are in hospital.
The report was a councillor in Ward 8 was gunned down yesterday evening and he died instantly. He was at his home, his family was there, and the reason is not yet known. The death has been reported to police. The police were on the scene immediately, but no reason has yet been established as to why he was gunned down.
Several councillors have been killed in the province since the beginning of the year. The killings have prompted government to convene a meeting of political parties last week to find ways of ending the murders. In other news, the KwaZulu-Natal legislature has welcomed the withdrawal of charges in the Intaka case against Speaker Peggy Nkoyeni. Provincial Acting Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Muiponi Noko, has withdrawn charges against 6 accused. Charges were dropped against Nkoyeni Economic Development MEC Mike Mabuyakulu, Lindelihle Mkhwanazi, Nozibele Pindela, Jabulani Tusi and Ian Blouse. The 6 were linked to the sale of water purification plants to the Provincial Health Department, allegedly at inflated prices. Initially, 25 people were implicated in the corruption case. Provincial Legislature Deputy Speaker Mtolepi Mtimkulu says they have confidence in Nkoyeni.
As the legislature of KwaZulu-Natal, we welcome the announcement which has been made by the National Prosecuting Authority regarding the withdrawal of the charges which were faced by our Speaker. And in this regard, we want to put it very clear that we have full confidence on our Speaker.
Still in local news, grade 12 learners have been urged to apply before the end of September 2012 for the enrollment of their post-matric studies next year. Higher Education and Training Deputy Minister Mduduzi Manana told matrics from 15 schools in Pretoria that the Apply Now campaign is aimed at reducing long queues and chaos that generally takes place at most tertiary institutions at the beginning of each year. Manana says it also provides different funding models for deserving learners.
We're encouraging them to apply early so that we can avoid the unfortunate incident that happened at UJ early this year, where a mother who was standing on the queues eventually lost her life because of the stampedes and all of those. So we are really trying to mitigate such incidences.
Over 300,000 rand has been raised by the Skydive for Rhino campaign in the KwaZulu-Natal Midlands. It's a project of the Africa Conservation Trust Rhino Fund. Ordinary people have joined conservation experts to raise a minimum of 5,000 rand each in order to skydive in the name of awareness and fundraising to save South Africa's rhinos. The oldest skydiver today was 77-year-old Rhoda Butler from Howick. Business and people in and around Easton will continue to dive tomorrow. The aim of the national campaign is to raise close to 10 million rand for this project. Taking a look at today's maximum weather temperatures: Pretoria 22, Johannesburg 20, Nelspruit 21, Polokwane 19, Rustenburg 23, Bloemfontein 22, Welkom 23, Kimberley 26, Cape Town 16, George 22, Port Elizabeth 24, East London 25, Durban 29, Pietermaritzburg 31, and Windhoek has a maximum of 28 degrees. And taking a look at the top story at 1 o'clock, thousands of mine workers have gathered some 200 meters from the rocky hill at Lomnan Mine near Marikana outside Rustenburg. I'm Karabo Malati. That's all my news for today. It's time to say good afternoon to Richard Mamba.